Evening, everyone. It's 6:42, and this is your closing comment for Tuesday, the 16th of November. Just a couple of days until Thanksgiving. This is video number 1023. And I remind everyone to please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll get all of our work and you can be supportive. Okay, so we started higher. Initially, the futures were higher, especially in the Dow, when the earnings numbers were released for Walmart and Home Depot. And Walmart this morning was actually up a couple of dollars, around the 149 area. But that quickly melted away, and Home Depot, in fact, carried the day. Just so that you understand the division here, the Dow was up well over 230 and finished up 54.77. And of the Dow stocks, 18 were down and only 12 were up. So the Walmart went from up $2 to close down $3.74, or 2.6%, which was 25 Dow points. And of course, that Ganef Kramer was busy telling everyone last week that it was a sale, and then brown-nosing the CEO on his show this morning, telling him how, yeah, the stock is a buy right here, which right here, it turns out, was about 148. So closing at 143, I doubt you're going to hear him say anything except what a great buy it is. So there was that. On the other hand, Home Depot was up about 480 pre-market, and it closed up 21.25, 5.7%. And that added 140 Dow points. So we got one stock up 140 Dow points, and the Dow was only up 55. Qualcomm had an investors day today. They loved what they heard. Stock closed 181.81, up 13.30, or just under 8%. Lucid also had a monster of a day. Yesterday, I mentioned that they had been named Motor Trend Car of the Year. Kind of unusual for a company that basically has delivered about 8 cars. But the stock today was up again, closed 57.63, up another 12.75, or 28%. Boeing, on the other hand, yesterday was up on the news about selling some 777 freighters to Emirates Air. It had closed around 233. Today, it traded all the way back down to 2.25, closed 226.21, down 6.88, or 3%, and that took another $48 off the Dow. And of course, to round out all of those EV stocks, we have RIVN. Remember, the stock was priced at 78. It opened at 106. Pardon me, it didn't open at 106. I think, let's see, opening day, it opened at 106.75, traded up to 119, back down to 95.20, which now is the all-time low for a stock that's only been around for 5 days. Today, it traded as high as 179.47, and the last on it right now is 171.40. 8, and that's up 22.12, or another 14.8%. Statistically, what that does is it over doubles the stock, number one, and it is now has a higher market cap than the combination of Ford and General Motors together. And KZR, I mentioned this one yesterday. They have a treatment for lupus. They had very strong results on a phase 2 trial. The stock yesterday had traded as high as 1453. This was all after hours. It had closed at around 14 and change, up 581 or 70%. Today it didn't do quite as well, but it did close 1128, up 287 or 34%. So not terrible. NASDAQ was up 120, which was the big winner, up 0.75%. S&P was up 18 or 0.4%. The Russell was up only $4, and the Dow Jones transports were up 1173 or 0.07%. The VIX was down a little, and when I say a little, I mean really a little. 1637 down 12. So we had 17 to 15 down stocks on the NYSE. We had 5 to 4 up stocks on the NASDAQ, and we had 5.4 billion, excuse me, in volume. That's up from yesterday's 4.9 billion, which is also up from the day before's even lower number. So volume is definitely coming back into this market. The chart on the screen is the gold. I warned this morning. I really liked it. I liked the consolidation, kind of a running correction, but it had a big outside day. Higher high, lower low. And this morning I mentioned that 1880 to 1900 was an area of some serious supply. We got up to 1879.50, so 1880 on the high, and then down to 1851. So basically a $30 drop from high to low, and tonight it's down another $2 at 1852. Same situation for the silver, although not quite as bad. The oil again rallied up and again failed to hold a gain. It was only down 12 cents, but bright and early this morning it was up 60 cents. So we had a close on Friday of 80.88, and then yesterday's high was 81.81, closing at 80.76, and tonight we are back down. 80.50 is the last, down 26 cents until it breaks through this 79.30. I can't really say much about it, but as you can see, the 5-day is rolling over, and so is the 20-day. Bitcoin, massive move to the downside, but also we discussed this both last night and this morning as the fact that we were running into some resistance here, and that I thought that we could have a pullback, and that it didn't really bother me if it went back to 59,000. I was looking at these highs before the last breakout, right around 58,001. Today's low, 58,515 after a 64,000 high. Tonight a little bit higher, but even though we're going to force the 5-day back down, I think we're probably going to end up seeing something like this. We're already down here, so we're reasonably at support. If it moves across here and just continues to hold that 58.3 area, or whatever this bottom is, 57,855. If we hold across here and move up, and move sideways, I'm going to say that this will reverse back to the upside. The dollar, absurdly strong. I have no idea why. The bonds were actually down, so a little bit of higher interest rates, but this move in the dollar, I said I would be really surprised if we got through 96. We closed 95.91 tonight. Let me put this in perspective a little bit for you. As I said on Friday and yesterday, we have broken out to a higher high. But this area around 96 looks like there's enough supply there to choke a horse. So, um, and as I've said repeatedly, fundamentally, there's no reason for the dollar to be this strong. All right, everyone, that's about it. I do want to make mention of one small item. I saw a stock presented today um, that I have never seen, which is unusual for me because I watch the tape every day. The symbol for which is IONQ, and it is a quantum computer company. I just finished reading a novel that I found very interesting, and it was based on quantum computing, and it's a dramatic step forward. I don't know how long it's going to take for us to get there, but this obviously had been a SPAC. Started the year off at $10, hung at $10 until went up to 13 and then back down to a couple of days ago, making a new low at $7 and change. And today it uh, closed or is trading right now in extended hours 26.30, up $6.48 or 33%. Um, as I said, it's only been around since the first of the year, and it looks like the chart spent an awful lot of time here between 10 and 11. So I'm assuming that that is was a SPAC, and we've had a massive run up here in the last couple of weeks. I mean, the last 4 weeks have gone from a range of 9.5 to 16, the following week 14 to 19, the following week 17 to 23, and then this current week 1909 to 27 high. I'm not saying that the stock should be bought now, but I'm hearing a lot about quantum computing, and I know that it's probably a long way off, but it is a monster. And I have a feeling that the term quantum computer is going to be the same as electric vehicle or .com or whatever in the relative short term. I would look for a little bit of pullback or consolidation, and I would seriously think about having a little bit of this just owned. All right, folks, I'll be back first thing in the morning. Hope everyone had a good day. By the way, we have housing starts and permits tomorrow morning. Have a good